This is Patricia Hazell for Patricia's Potpourri, and I am here in Gordon Heights with my family, my extended family, and it's so important for family to connect. I remember when I was a little girl, my father, Elwood, would bring me out to Gordon Heights to meet my Aunt Margaret and other parts of the family. I was so happy to see them at the reunion, although many years have passed. It's very important to keep in touch with your family.
Yeah, I can talk much about playing ball. What's up, man? How are you related? Tracy. What? Tracy. That's Tracy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he really is. All right, hold on. They want me to get in the picture. Lloyd Hassell, United States, a junior. The Hassell. Lloyd Hassell, a junior.
Hi, my name is Renee Hassell. I'm here at the Hassell Family Reunion in Gordon Heights, Long Island. My daughter is part of this family clan. I am not, although I am a Hassell. My family also comes from Sabre and St. Eustatius. I am so happy to be here, and I'm happy for this reunion because my family is very small. And we don't have reunions. There are not enough of us. The few of us that are here are so spread apart. I am so happy that my daughter has a chance to see all the people here, all of her cousins and aunts and grand aunts and great aunts, whatever. And because I think it's important for people to know where they come from, what their family history is. And so that's why I'm so happy to have this occasion for myself to enjoy it as part of my daughter's life. Thank you very much.
I am Reese Garfield Johnson. My father was Lloyd Garfield, the son of Carnetta. Carnetta had 5 children. Alvin, he didn't have any kids. Arthur first. Alvin, Julian, who Jeffrey will tell. And then my father Lloyd. And then Carnetta, Dorcas is the daughter. And she had one daughter named Carnetta. Who's that? Look, she's not here.
And your sister's name?
And I have my sister, it's Renee and I. Renee's the oldest, and then I'm the youngest.
I'm Jeffrey Garfield. I'm one of 7. My father is Julian Garfield, and my mom is Doris Welton Garfield. My grandmother is Coronetta, and of the 5, with 7 of us, 5 of us are still with us. My eldest brother Wayne, who we talked about earlier, is a hit songwriter. He passed away back in September. My brother Brian is still with us. He lives in Philly. He's a photographer and real estate guy. My sister Julie's retired from the city of New York. She's in Atlanta. My twin brother James passed away 10 years ago. He was an incredible athlete. Then myself, my younger brother Arthur is in Maryland. He's been a stand-up comedian for, I guess, over 20 years now, and been in several movies and commercials. Many may have seen him in the Wendy's commercials way back when. And my last brother is Julian Jr., and he's a record producer. What age group would know Money, Power, Respect by the Lox? Okay, well, he produced that, as well as Biggie Smalls and Black Rob and a bunch of other folks on the Puffy Swing. So, thank you.
Okay, so the next family is Esther. Oh no, Uncle Bob, Gaga. We call her Gaga. Her name was Margaret Spence. So Margaret had 6 children, and the first one was Bobby, and that's Debbie. Yeah. We're telling who is who.
No, the first
First one is Sam. I'm sorry, Uncle Sam. Thank you, cousin.
Okay, Sam was the oldest and married to Ethelyn, Sam and Ethelyn Spence. They were married for about 65 years. They had 4 children. My brother Roger, Next was Wesley. I was the third, and we have a fourth, Tony. And so I'm so glad that I can join by Zoom. I've gotten some wonderful pictures of all of you without you really knowing it, because I'm doing it secretly. So it's a great thing. I hope we can have a cruise next year so we can all be on the boat together.
That was Lenore, for those who didn't know. So, Deb?
Debbie is the next,
Debbie's
Uncle
next.
Bobby's daughter. Okay.
Deb, can you get back over here?
Seniors coming in.
You can come closer, it's too wide.
Seniors coming in. My name is Debbie, Deborah Spence Seabrook. This is my mom, Patricia Spence. And I'm the daughter of Robert Spence, who is the second son of Margaret and James Spence.
And you have a brother?
You have a brother. Oh, and I have a brother, Alexander, AKA Gregory, for those who know, Spence, and he lives in California. And
you have a daughter?
And I have a daughter. No. My daughter's name is Danielle Seabrook, and she is, I don't know if she's still on the Zoom, but at any rate.
No.
Oh, okay.
I am Lenore and Ileana.
Okay, so she's in Florida. I don't know where I am. I'm in New York. Okay, so what am I doing? The next child is Esther, right?
Yeah. So, I'm the middle child. I'm Russell Hassell D'Aguilar Wilson. Russell Hassell Spence D'Aguilar Wilson. I'm the middle child of three. Tyrell Wilson is the oldest. Ralph is in this room somewhere. There he is, back there. Is the next in line.
Tell
That's
your
it.
children.
Oh yeah, and then I have
See, I thought
a wonderful daughter over here, Kara.
Yeah.
Her husband, DeAndre. Grandson, DeAndre Jr. Granddaughter, Olivia Lavelle. And then my second daughter, Maya Wilson. And her mom, Renee Hassell, and another Hassell, a real Hassell, like Lloyd. Those two Hassells in the room carrying things. Oh, yeah, way in the corner, by the door.
And Iris.
Iris, where's Iris? All right, so Iris is on my father's side. She's a Wilson, she's a D'Aguilar Wilson. Next one is your group.
Okay, can I have a senior song? Oh, wait. Well, you get up so fast. Ralph is. Ralph?
No, you got here.
No.
Ralph,
Ralph's right there.
you gotta introduce your own thing.
Ralph, your group. Ralph, introduce your group.
Do it now?
Yeah.
Well, he was introducing us. Anyway, I'm Ralph Wilson, Spence, and Hassell, and everything else. And Wilson. Anyway, it's my wife Harriet. It was my reception. Anyway. This is my oldest son, Jamil Adam. This is his son. And this is Ava, my daughter's daughter, granddaughter, and Ava. And he also has a daughter, Maya. And my other daughter's is
Your son?
the best for the Anyway, this is my son Jarrell, and this is his newlywed of a year now, Sal. Is that okay? We're done.
Okay, I got some seniors. Brenda, Brenda. Okay, I am the daughter of Ruth Spence, who married Santoria Fountain from Alabama. And I'm the oldest. The next oldest is my brother.
For myself.
Is that how you want to do it?
The next oldest, my name is Conrad Santoria Fontaine. My lovely wife Gail is here. Where's Gail? And
Right here.
my only daughter. That's all now sitting down.
Okay, we got Crystal.
Oh, Crystal, 17 Jackson. I'm the third, I'm the middle, I'm the first. Anyway, I have an older daughter, she lives in Georgia. She has 2 children, Nevaeh and Gemini. I have an old, younger son, Lonnie Jr. He lives in North Carolina with his son, Xavier. He's 11 months old. And his wife. And she is his wife.
Okay, I'm the fourth child. My name is Judy. Hi, Judy. Okay, my children in here, I have 2 children. I have a daughter, Jamila, that just came, took all day to get here from West Virginia, so thank you, Jamila. And her little daughter and my granddaughter, Katie Grace. And then I have a son, Salim Clark, and he just recently got married to Kima, and they're in Charlotte, North Carolina.
If you have a son-in-law.
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry. But Terrence, he's in West Virginia. He's holding the fort down. That's my son-in-law. And I have a stepdaughter or a daughter, Monty. Okay, that's my family, I think, right? Yeah. And now,
My name is Kevin Fontaine, the son of Santoria and Ruth Fontaine. Also Spence, Hassell, we're all one. Today I have my daughter Latoya, she's the oldest. My daughter Latasha. My son Kevin Jr. wanted to be here, but he wasn't able to make it. This is my grandson Anthony. And my granddaughter Ariana.
you just graduated from high school.
And that's it for me. That's my tribe.
Okay.
Is that it? All right, Tracy.
My name is Tracy Fontaine. I'm the youngest of Santoria and Ruth Fontaine. And today I have my lovely wife of 31 years. Sorry. And my little one, Naya. My baby girl, Amber. Miss my day. I got a baby girl, Amber, Lynn. I got my baby girl, granddaughter, Nuri. Say hi, Nuri. That's me, that's one.
Okay. Okay, and then after Ruth is Paul.
Cheryl.
See, Cheryl, I tell you that story.
Well, I'm the oldest of the children, only girl. For Paul Adolphus Spence Jr. are the oldest, and I have a daughter, Lisa. She lives upstate. She's a special needs child, but she's getting along very well. They take good care of her, so she couldn't be there. And this is a visitor of mine, my friend. I'm just letting you know he's with me. Yeah, he drove up. It was kind of late.
Never late. Never late.
It's okay.
Anything else you guys?
Yo, you got she brought
Oh, I thought they had to introduce this.
one brother's missing, so you have to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have 3 younger brothers. I'm the only girl and the oldest. My brother James, Hugh Spence is the youngest, and Paul Spence is, well, he's deceased now. I don't know if you know, he died at 28 years old. He's in a shootout because he's a police officer.
And his daughter?
And his daughter Danielle, and he left behind. And also, I want to mention Hugh Jr.
And Danielle has a son too. Danielle has a son. Danielle's son is London. And Danielle got married to Ted. Oh, he gonna do it? He gonna do it?
Hugh said he was.
Yeah, my brother's not here, James. But I'm the youngest, and I have my wife here, Tamiko. Hugh Jr. couldn't make it. He was about George Washington. He stuck there for like 2 hours. So I'm the youngest and probably the flyest. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My brother has 3 girls. One is the oldest is Janelle, and she has a daughter named Nori, and the second one is
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Real close, yeah. Tiffany just graduated. That's Alice's second daughter. She just graduated out of high school, going to Pittsburgh University. And third one is Jasmine. I don't know too much information about that.
All right, Hassell, I continue.
Kimmy, you're up.
Yeah, Naomi was the baby of Gaga's children. I'm Naomi's baby, Kim. I have a sister, Stephanie. Stephanie had a daughter, Elise. And then I had 3 children, Alvin, Patrice, and Marcus. This is Marcus' girlfriend, Bree. And then I have 1 grandson. Oh, Shaquille is over there. And that's it.
Moving back, I think we can start the group.
Well, Pat, what is Pat?
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah.
I'm Patricia Hazell, and I'm the daughter of Elwood Forrester Hazell. John Richard Hassell was his father. But what I wanted to say is, Uncle Jim, we had an Uncle Jim. When they all came to America, it was Josie, Irene, Uncle Jim, John, and my father, and they all couldn't come to Ellis Island and be Hassell. So they had to take variations of their name. So that's why we have Hazel, Hassell, Hazell, a whole bunch of variations. And that's when they came to Ellis Island, they couldn't all have, one family. And that's what Uncle Jim that I speak of is James Hassell, and he was the head of the Orange Benevolent Association. And that's my grandfather's brother. And when there was somebody that they came to America, he would usually go to Ellis Island to meet that person to kind of guide them away. So we were all one Dutch West Indian family. That's why the color orange is significant, because they had the Orange Benevolent Association.
Right.
I was born in Washington, D.C., April 21st, 1902. I went to school at Dunbar High School in Washington. Came to New York in 1924 and resided there 138th Street for 2 years. My cousin, Evelyn Ellis, was a member of the Lafayette Stock Company, And of course, she dragged me into the show with them. I used to take small bits with them in the show when they were at the Lafayette Theater. And then we went out on the road with the show, Porgy, which started in 1927. She had the role of Bess in Porgy, and she had a heart condition, so I was there to travel with her and take care of her when she had her spells and all. And that's how I happened to get into that. She, Rose McClendon, Lee Whipper, and Georgette Harvey. Yeah, that was the first show of Porgy. We went all over. Only place we didn't hit was California, but all over Canada, and then we ended in England. We were supposed to have gone to Germany, but we came back home. Our time was up. And then they turned around after we stopped on the road. They made the opera, Porgy and Bess. Mr. Fife came round to the theater to see if the people there would be interested in this community out here. He wanted to sell property.
And when was that about?
1927 and 8. She came out and looked the place over. She bought property out here. When she was taken sick, why, the doctor had ordered her to come to the country and for a rest, because we had traveled so much. Mrs. Armstrong's house was his lodge, hunting lodge. So he turned that over to us and lived there until, was in 33, she wanted to go back to the theater again, and she sold the house. Back to Mr. Fife. He sold it to Armstrong.
Tell me about the poultry business.
Evelyn and I had that. It started in about 31. He would get orders from the city, and then he would call out here and tell us Saturday, have the shipment ready so that it can get into the city. It was tiresome because I had to take care of her if she got sick, see. And I would have to get up in the morning and feed the chickens and get water and all and everything like that. And then Mr. Fife had hired a white man, Mr. Smith, after I got sick and then couldn't do anymore. Then he hired Mr. Smith, who stayed over there at the hotel. And then Mr. Smith left, and then Herman Johnson came in. So they took over then. So one time we had a bad snowstorm out here, and we had about 40 chickens on our order or something that day. We couldn't even get to the train to get them in. So then he decided that we'd give it up. But it did very well in the beginning. Yeah, she'd get out there and try to help me to do it, but I said, I'd rather you sit over there and do the pencil work and keep tabs on them, because I'd have to stop and pick her up out of the floor.
And you said she went back to the city. What
Yes.
did you do at that point?
I just went to work for Mr. Fife.
What did you do?
Stayed here, watched the pump over there. It ran for about 10 years or more, especially past Park Lane, see. And yes, and different ones decided that they'd get their own, you know, rather than to pay him water rent, see. He'd bring people out on Sundays to see the land and all, and I would cater to them, you know, fix food for them if they didn't bring, you know, and served it for them, and they had a place to come in and rest and all if they had, you know, to bring children. And then he got me to put on a program for the Children's Festival, which was celebrated the first Sunday in August, because that was his birthday and Mrs. Fife's birthday. And every year I used to put on this children's program.
Because of James Hazel, my mother's family was able to come in. They were scheduled to be deported back to Bermuda, and my grandmother recognized him from station and cried out to him, Jamie, Jamie, don't you remember me? And the people at Ellis Island uncrossed or unchecked their name and allowed them to come into the country. Thank you. So, thank you for that.
Russell, can I share?
Yeah, one more over here first. One more, and then yeah, we're gonna get you. Okay. Who did I cut off? That's it?
No, that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go, Logan.
So I'm glad to be here today because, and I'm all about. I joined Ancestry about 5 years ago, and I'm all about that. Just seeing who I'm connected with, and vice versa. And when I grew up in the city, in New York, in the Bronx, I only knew a handful of Hassells. I thought we were like a dying breed of people. And then I took my ancestry test and met Russell. And he was so gracious, and he allowed me to visit him at his place. And so I'm here today. So I don't yet know personally how I got connected to y'all and vice versa, except that it's through Saber. My great-grandfather was a man named Abram Hassell, and he had a family on Saber. And he had my great-grandfather, James Hassell. And James was married to Ardelia Hassell. And they had a son named Henri. And he and his brothers came to the U.S. from Saber. So that's my Hassell bloodline. And then through ancestry, I've learned some of us went to Haiti, St. Kitts, Bermuda that you know. And I've been to Bermuda, so I've met a few cousins. And that's my daughter, Raina. I have five children, 2 sons and 3 daughters. And just to be able to come together with you through taking that ancestry test where you give a little sample of your DNA and then the whole world opens up to you. And that's what's happened for me. I've met cousins like throughout the world. I'm glad to be here with you today.
Nice, Russell.
May I make one note from him?
Take 2 notes.
Okay, I have 2 notes. Okay. I was basically an elementary school teacher, and this little girl came in my class, and it makes me only want to cry. I see her face and her braids, and you know when you can feel something like they're a part of you, and this was in the Bronx, and she was my cousin, Montserrat Hassell.
One of my sisters.
His sister.
And I vaguely remember, because I'm 59, this was about 1974 maybe. No, 70s.
Oh, you got to tell age stuff.
I'll say number.
No,
I vaguely remember being in her classroom, because I remember that back then she wore glasses.
That's right.
I was a little boy and I remember that.
So well.
I remember my sister and mother telling me about her. And today, I see her again because I wasn't in your classroom. But it's good to be together again.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we try to get this group photo? So everybody turn this way, like we said.
This is Patricia Hazell. Thank you for looking at Patricia's Potpourri, our family reunion in Gordon Heights. And thanks to Miss Linda in the fire department at Gordon Heights for giving me a direction every time I call. Please subscribe and view Patricia's Potpourri.